So you saw association rule mining is market basket analysis in brief. And it is here in association rule mining, basically we generate rules, simple rules. If item A is appearing in transaction, then we look for item B. And the two main important parameters in this algorithm are support and confidence. What is support? It measures the frequency of association. The second parameter is confidence, which shows how strongly the items are correlated, how strongly the items are appearing together, how weakly they are appearing together in the transaction database. And yes, association rule mining is divided into three types of algorithms: a priori algorithm, FP growth algorithm, and equivalence class transformation algorithm. You are studying only these first two. And you also saw a simple example in the previous class. Today we will solve an example taking a transactional database. So you know that a priori algorithm is used for finding the frequent item sets. This algorithm ARM is divided into two steps. First step is to find all the frequent item sets. Second, generate the strong association rules from the frequent item sets. In the first algorithm, a priori, we are finding only the frequent item sets. But in the second algorithm, FP growth, we are generating strong association rules from the frequent item sets. And both these algorithms must satisfy minimum support count and minimum confidence. For a priori algorithm, we are looking for minimum support count, and for FP growth algorithm, we are looking for minimum confidence. So here, a priori means here, this algorithm uses prior knowledge of frequent item set properties. And this algorithm employs, it's an iterative approach, which is also known as level-wise search. You will understand later, where k item sets are used to explore k plus 1 items. That is, first we generate L1. Okay, first we generate L1. Then using L1, we generate the second parameter L2. And you must remember this. We will discuss this towards the end of today's class. Or a priori property. What is this a priori property? All non-empty subsets of a frequent item set must also be frequent. Let us take an example. If I1, I2, I3 item set is appearing most frequently in total transactions, even I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I2, I3, like that, they must be frequent across all the transactions. And a priori is a two-step process. First one is join step, second one is prune step. In join step, we find LK. In the prune step, we find CK. Okay. Now, this is a table given.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Join step and what?
Prune step.
Oh, okay. Was that there in the slides? I was trying to find. Previous slide, ma'am? Yes, it is there. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, let us take this table. Here in this table, there are transactions. How many transactions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are total of 9 transactions. And in these transactions, the total number of items appearing in this transaction are I1 through I5, right? I1 through I5. Okay, let me see. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total transaction 9. And in these transactions, there are items. How many items? I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. 5 items are appearing in the transaction. And the question would be, find all the frequent items. This is the question. Find all the frequent items item set using algorithm where the minimum support count is 2. Sorry. Where the minimum support count is 2. So the question can be like this. I may give any table, any transaction database in the exam, and I will give the minimum support count, and you need to find frequent item sets. Okay, so here 9 transactions and 5 items. Let us begin. Okay, now in this, say take the same table. What is the first step in a priori algorithm? First step is scan the database. Okay, scan the database D. What is D here? This is our D. Okay, this table is our D. Scan D for each candidate. Candidate is what is candidate here? Each item. Okay, scan database for count of each candidate. So now here you have to scan the database. First step is to generate C1. What is C1? Please remember, it is one frequent item set. What is C1? C1 is one frequent item set. So now how do you generate C1? Look at the total number of products and generate only one item in the table. So I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, because there are totally 5 items. So in this table, write all the items. Next, in the same step, calculate the support count. What is the support count? What does it indicate? It indicates how many number of times each item is appearing in these total transactions. So what is I1? I1. How many times I1 is appearing? I1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Support count. What is support count? Now, what is support count here? How do you define support count? Yes? How do you define support count?
Ma'am, that only no, ma'am. 11 is coming.
It indicates number of times the item is appearing in the database.
11 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 11 is 6. 12 is 7.
Now
13, 6.
Here, not 11. I1, I2, I3. These are I1, I2, I3. Please remember I1. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I1, I2, I3. That's what I'm saying. These are the items. Item 1, item 2, item 5, item 2, item 4. Okay. This is for I, not 11. So here support count is how many times each item is appearing in the database or appearing in the database D. So I1 is appearing for 6 times. So support count is 6. Now check for I2. How many times I2 is appearing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Support count is 7. Next, I3. How many times I3 is appearing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Support count is 6. I4, I1. Sorry, I4 here 1, 2. Right? Only 2. So support count is 2. Next, I5. Check for I5. 1, 2. Support count is 2. This is how C1, the candidate set, one frequent item set is created. So what are you doing? You are listing out all the items and calculating the support count. That is step 1. Next, what is next step? Compare this C1. Okay, compare the support count of each item with the minimum support. With the minimum support. What is our minimum support? Minimum support is 2. Compare all these values. If these values are less than support count, you have to eliminate. Okay, you have to eliminate. But here look at these values. All values are greater than or equal to minimum support count, and so keep the same table as it is. This becomes your L1. Okay, in step 1 you are generating one frequent item set, that is C1. In step 2 you are comparing the support count of C1 with the minimum support count, and listing out the values which are greater than or equal to minimum support count. What is next step? This is I said it is an iterative step. Now you calculated C1 and L1. What is next step? Calculate C2 or generate C2. How C2 is generated? C2 is generated from L1. Okay, C2 is generated from L1. So now, in order to generate C2, look at L1. What is this L1? This is also one frequent item set, I1, I2, 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 I3, I4 with their support count. Now, C1 is what? One frequent item set. Now, C2 is two frequent item set. So what you have to do? Take I1, I2. You have to generate, you have to join two items, I1 and I2. I1 and I2. Next, two frequent item set. You have to combine two items because it is C2, two frequent item set. I1, I2, yes, I1, I2. Next, I1, I3, I1, I3. Next, I1, I4, I1, I4, I1, I5, I1, I5, right? I1, I5. Next, I1, I2, I1, I3, I4, I1, I4, I1, I5. Next, I2, I1, I2, I1 is already there. I2, I1 is already there, so don't write it. Next, I2, I3, I can take I2, I3, I2, I4, I2, I4. Next, I2, I2, I3, I2, I4, I2, I5. What is next?
I3,
Yes.
I4.
Next is I3.
I4.
Now I2, I2, I3, I2, I4, I2, I5 is over. What is next? Next is I3.
I4.
Yes. Next.
I3, I5.
Yes. I3, I5. Right. Next. What are the next two frequent item sets?
I4,
I4, I5.
I4 and I5. Any other sets? Only these many? What we did?
Yes, ma'am, 10 sets.
Yeah, we generate C2 by looking at L1 table. What is C2? Two frequent item sets. What are we doing in C2? We are taking two item sets. We are joining. Remember, we are joining. This is join step. First step is join step. So we are joining two items. I1, I2, I1, I3, I1, I4, I1, I5. I2, I3, I2, I4, I2, I5. Similarly, I3, I4, I3, I5, I4, I5. Okay. So now this is L1. This is our L1. Now, in the same step, we have to calculate the support count. What is the support count? Understood? What is L1? What is C2? In C2, C2 is what? Two frequent item sets. To calculate C2, we are fetching the values from L1, combining two frequent item sets. Next, calculate the support count. I1, I2. How many times I1? Look at this database, D, table. I1, I2. How many times I1, I2 is appearing? One. Okay.
4 times.
It doesn't matter if there is one more item ahead. Only check for I1, I2. Okay. I1, I2, 1. I1, I2, 2. I1, I2, 3. I1, I2, 4. Support count is 4. Similarly, check for I1, I3. I1, I3 is I1, I3, 1. I1, I3, 2. I1, I3, 3, 4. Support count is 4. Next, I1, I4. Next one is item I1 and I4. What is I1? I4, I1, I4, 1. That is only 1, right? Next, I1, I5. I1, I5. Here I1, I5, 1. and I1, I5, 2. Support count is 2. I2, I3. I2, I3, it's not here. I2, I3 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Support count is 4. Next, I2, I4. Look at I2, I4. It's not here. I2, I4. 1, 2, only 2. Next, I2,
Ma'am,
I5.
remaining we can calculate, I guess. We can move to the next step.
Okay, I2,
I think.
I5. Calculate I2, I5. How many I2, I5 there? 2.
Yes. Ma'am.
I3, I4. I3, I4. I3, I4. Is there any transaction I3, I4? Look at the table. I3, I4 is 0. I3, I5. I3, I5, 1. Only 1. I4, I5. Is there any transaction I4, I5? 0. So what we did in C2, we listed out all, we joined two items, two frequent item set, and calculated their support count. Next step is, see here, this is C2, what we got here, this is C2, and this is C2 with the support count. Next, you have to generate L2. How to generate L2? Compare the candidate support count with the minimum support count. So what is the minimum support count? Minimum support count is 2. Compare this minimum support count value against the support count value and eliminate the ones which are less than the support count value. So here in L2, we are taking only the support count values which are greater than or equal to min support value. So here, this is not excluded. This is excluded, this. So only these many items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 and 6, there are 6 items. So this is our L2. Next, calculate C3, all of you fast. How do you calculate C3? What is C3? What is C1? One frequent item set. C2 is two frequent item set. C3 is three frequent item set, right? C3 is three frequent item set. It means you have to combine these two elements. Here, look at this. I1, I2, I1, I3. I1, I2, I1, I3. I1 is common and I2, I3. Here, I1, since I1 is common, I can combine these two elements. I1, I2, I3. Right? See here, in order to join the two sets, one item should be common. Then only you can join these items. I1, I2 is compared against I1, I3, I1, I2, I1, I5. Can I take I1, I2, I5? Yes. I1, I2, I2, I3. I1, I2, I3. I1, I2.
That's all there, no ma'am.
It's already there. Okay, but we have to calculate the support count, right? So I1, I2, I1, I3 is here. I1, I2, I1, I5 is here. And next I1, I2, I2, I3 is here. So here the support count is 2. You can write support count. Next, I1, I2, I2, I4. What is the joint step? I1, I2, I4. Next, I1, I2, I2, I5. I1, I2, and I5. So after this, go to the second step. I1, I3, I1, I5. I1, I3, I5. Like this, you compare and combine, join the sets. So here, yes, look at this. C3, you are joining the steps, and here you are getting other counts less than minimum support. 1, somewhere you are getting 1, 2, 3, and here C3 is generated. Here we are considering in this C3, we are taking only these two because their minimum support, other set support count is less than 2. So now here listing out the support count, and the next table, your next step is to generate L3. How L3 is calculated? By looking at the value of support count, and if it is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to min support, listing only these elements. Okay, so this is L3. Next, calculate L4. All of you start working. How do you calculate L4? And what is the minimum support count? Compare this with a table, transaction table. What is the next step? Next step is to calculate C4. What is C4? For frequent item set. So how do you join I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I5, which is I1, I2, I3, I5. What is the support count? What is the support count of this set? Look at the database. Is there any item set appearing here? Our item set is I1, I2, I3, I5. It's not here. I1, I2, I3, I5. It is here. So what is the support count? Support count is 1. Here we got this support count as 1. But what is our minimum support count? What is our minimum support count? Minimum support count is 2, right? So what does it mean? Here we are at C4, whose support count is 1. Okay. And what is L4 here? What is L4?
Empty.
Yes, L4 is empty set, isn't it? See, L4, C4 minimum support count is 1. L4 is empty because minimum support value is 2. Since this is 1, so here L4 becomes empty. So now for frequent items, support count is 1, which is less than minimum support. So L4 is empty. Okay. So if Lk is empty set, look at this. If Lk is empty set, the solution will be Lk minus 1. What does it mean? L4 is, if L4 is empty, our solution is L4 minus 1. That is L3. Our solution is L3. What is L3 here? L3 is I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I5. There are two sets of items whose support count is 2, which is satisfying our constraint. Their support count is 2. So this is our final solution. Okay, this is our final solution. What does it mean? L3 is our final solution. So this table is indicating that there are two item sets. Okay, there are two item sets which are frequently appearing in the transaction database D. So you can see I1, I2, I5, I1, I2, I3, and I1, I2, I5. Okay, this is how the algorithm works. So next, here we saw this. It uses prior knowledge of frequent item set. That is, to derive C3, we use L2. To derive C4, we use L3, like this. Next, it employs iterative approach known as level-wise search, where k item sets are used to explore k plus 1 item sets. So L1, L2, L3. That is, k item sets are used to derive k plus 1 item sets. L1 is used to derive L2. L2 is used to derive L3, so on. Next, a priori property. All non-empty subsets of a frequent item sets must also be frequent. What does it mean? I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I5. Now, I1, I2, I5. Let us take this example. This is frequently appearing in the transaction. So here, all non-empty subsets of a frequent item set must also be frequent. Look at this. Here, let us take this example. Now, what is this? What are the non-empty subsets of this particular set? I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I1, I5, I2, I2, I5, right? So these are the non-empty subsets. The meaning of the sentence is I1, I2, I3 and all these item sets must be frequently appearing across all the databases. I1's and their minimum support should be, their value should be equal to greater than or equal to minimum support. See here, I1 here. What is the minimum support count? 6. I1 is 6. Next, in C2, I1 support count is 4. L2 support count is 4. Next, in C3, I1 is minimum support count is 2. L3 minimum support count is 2. It means the support count of each element should be equal to or greater than the minimum support, and these elements must be frequently appearing across all the steps. Okay, so now take down the problem. Any other doubts so far?
Ma'am, like, how are we choosing the min support value, ma'am? Like,
Here, minimum support, here we are setting a threshold value, right? Because number of items, number of products will be purchased, their numbers will be random. We are setting a threshold level so that we can come to know how many number of times this particular set is appearing. In order to know any value, we take a threshold value. That threshold value is minimum support here. That's it.
no, ma'am, like, is there like a criteria for choosing the threshold is what I wanted.
Oh, criteria, yes, it depends on the total number of transactions and the total number of items appearing in the transactions.
Okay.
Yeah, take down the example. Assignment for you. Transaction T1, item set A and B. Please write down. T2, items B and D. T3, items B and C. T4, A, B, D. T5, A and C. T6, B, C. T7, A, C. T8, A, B, C, E. T9, A, B, C. Start working. Take the minimum support as 2. You should not tell by looking at the table. You should prove it through steps. Calculate how many number of CKs and LKs. I will come back in 2 minutes. Start working. Calculate CK, LK. Yes, how many CKs and LKs? Join step and prune step?
Ma'am, can you share the screen again? We didn't note down the complete question. Like,
Okay. This one. This table. Here, don't take minimum confidence. It is not required in a priori. This one.
Ma'am, total 3, ma'am.
C3, L3.
Yes, ma'am, and L3 will be null, so we'll take the previous one.
So L2. L2 is final solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the item set?
Ma'am, AB, AC, BC.
A, B.
Ma'am, and AB, AC, BC.
Okay. Okay, fine. Any other answers?
Ma'am, I actually had a doubt also. Like,
Okay.
ma'am, like in that L2, there is a BD with 2 as the frequency. So we ignore that, ma'am,
Just a
because
minute.
that's
Just a minute. Which one? There is?
in L2,
Mhm.
like there is not in this question, ma'am. I'm
No, no,
saying
it's okay. I got it. I got it.
in
Yeah,
the L2, there is BD with frequency as 2.
yeah, you
So,
have to
so
consider that.
even that, ma'am.
Yes, yes, support count is 2, right? Minimum support count is 2.
Okay, now okay. Then there is 4, ma'am, in
Yeah,
L2.
here I have given, no? Minimum support count is 2.
Okay.
You have to
No, ma'am,
consider that.
I was asking for the final answer. Should we consider or not? Like,
Yes, yes, you should consider the final answer also.
okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Those who are not following, first you go through the example which we discussed just now and then start solving the next one. I'll come in 2 minutes. Yes, did you all get the answer? How many steps? Yes, look at the screen. Here in our example, in the previous example which I solved, our final solution is L3, right? This is the final solution. What does it mean? Final solution is L2. It means these two items in the L2, L3 items, I2, I1, I2, I3, and just a minute, I will share the screen. Okay. Final solution is L3 because L4 is empty. In L3, we are getting two item sets, I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I5 with the support count equal to 2. What does it mean? It means the customers are purchasing these two item sets frequently. So these two are the frequent item sets in the transaction database D. So what is the answer? What is the solution? What is the value of K? Final solution for the second example. Jivesh, what is the final solution? Value of L. Am I
No, I'm
audible?
still doing, ma'am. 2 minutes.
Okay. Manasa? Not there. Priyadarshan? What is LK value? What is the final solution for the second problem?
Doing it, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm still doing it, ma'am.
Sachin?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the final solution?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing actually. I have some doubts also because
Ask.
I did some mistake in noting down the question. So I was
Did you know
following this.
the? Did you get the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I noted down the question, but some of the things I noted down wrong. So I'm doing it again.
Okay. Vishnu?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is the final solution?
Ma'am, L2, ma'am. It's in L2 and AB, AC, BC, and BD. 4.
Not L3, L2, only L2.
Yes, ma'am. L3 was null, like, so we picked the previous one, ma'am.
Okay. Madhulika? Anybody solve this answer? apart from other who gave the answer? Sai Charan,
So some mistake went in the middle. I'm doing again. I'll check.
Pranati, okay.
I'm still doing it, ma'am, not completed it.
Okay. I'm asking similar problems for the main exam for 8 to 10 marks. I'll not ask these two problems, but I want you to practice, then only you will be able to solve other examples. But in transaction database, here a priori algorithm digs out of frequent items from the transactional database which is existing in the cloud. Okay, Amazon shopping website. There are millions of people, Amazon customers who do shopping on Amazon website. So here the algorithm collects their transactional database. It collects the transactional database and digs out of the frequent items appearing in the transaction database. Okay, if any doubts, you can ask me now itself, or else we will meet on Sunday for the next algorithm, that is FP growth. No doubts? Okay then.
Ma'am, did you say Sunday or next class? Like,
Next Monday, coming Monday, you
Oh.
have just over, right?
oh. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay then, if no doubts, we can wind up. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.